played. Now, I'm going to bring in one more principle that I talked to you about, and this goes back to 1927 in my life when I was 30 years of age. And I'd had, by good fortune, really an acceleration in finding out a great deal about what doesn't work. And I'd really been so enthusiastic about the people who loved me and would tell me how to play the game. I tried to play the game, but I was not thinking, I was playing the game. And I learned to play the game very well, but then it came to really head-on crash. So that 1927, we had our second child born, our first child having died 5 years earlier at the age of 4. And the loss of that first child was just an incredibly sad matter. So suddenly a new child entrusted to us, and we were penniless, and I really felt very strongly many of the things you heard me talking about here. I hadn't anywhere nearly the time to make the nice models that we have, but my feelings were pretty strong in pure principle about these things existing. And I felt that quite clearly all my contemporaries had on highest priority in their lives that they had to earn a living. They hoped they might earn it in a way that would be pleasant to them, but pleasant or not, you got to earn a living. That was very hard. Your generation is not all whelmed that way, but we were really all whelmed by it to such an extent I didn't have anybody even think of contradicting it. It seemed to be so obvious. It just took it that way. And it began to occur to me that this is really nonsense, and what we all ought to be doing is to say, what does my experience teach me needs to be attended to, and if not attended to, humanity will be in great trouble, and if attended to successfully, will bring great advantage to humanity. And what would I need to know more than I already know, other than having enough experience to realize it is so? What more do I need to know in order to do something about it? And what, if I am going to do something about it, what is the nature of what I'm going to do about it? Am I just going to try to tell people it's there? Am I going to try to reform people? And I said, number one, here I am. Fact is, I am absolutely penniless. I have no credit. And I feel and see these things. How do you carry on? I said, it could be that the little individual, human being, really has a very great advantage over great corporations and great states. What can the individual do that corporations can't do? Corporations are legal entities. They can't do what a human being. Number one, a corporation can't think. Only human beings can think. And I said, only a human being then could really operate on his own. He doesn't have to have anybody say yes or no. If he really thinks and sees that so, he can act like that. And luckily he can. The time again he can save the ship. But boy, he has to go fast. And has to operate in a very enormous confidence and principle.